Nice to meet you all. My name is Ring. Hey, you don't know me. You're idiot, you know that. I'll beat you up. Go back to school and study. Oops, excuse me. I guess I snapped a bit. No, I'm usually a ladylike person, but sometimes I get violent. Yes, sometimes. But aside from that, since you don't know who I am, I guess I should introduce myself. As I said before, my name is Ring. I'm a servant, no, a maid. I am a faithful maid of the demon lord Geek Crimson Sama. I've known Gi-sama for a long time. Before the creation of the sky and earth, perhaps. How long ago was that? I don't know. Or rather, do you remember the exact time you were born? You don't, do you? That's what it is. Ignore the stupid question because it's inconvenient. I was invincible because I was derived from the great spirit of darkness. No. I thought I was invincible. I'm not going to deny that I got a little carried away. And because of that I made a huge mistake. I teamed up with the like-minded to attack those who seemed even bigger than I was. Looking back on it now, I was such an idiot. That bastard was so powerful. We thought we could win 2 against 1, but he beat us flat out. The guy who beat us was Demon Lord Geek Crimson Sama, aka the Red Primordial, Rouge. By the way, it was Green Primordial, Vert, or Mizari, who challenged Gi-sama together with me. We are very good friends. My job is Mizari's and Mizari's salary is mine. That's how we still work together as co-workers. Ring. Don't slack off and get your cleaning done. Tisk, I'm introducing you to her, but she's being a What did you say? No, nothing. Yeah, I hope so. Dangerous, dangerous. Mizari is very perceptive. She catches on when I'm slacking off and it's tricky to keep up with her. I'll just try to clean up again without her getting mad at me. So, yeah, we were in the middle of an introduction. Mizari and I lost to Gi-sama, but this revealed one fact. A demon will be extinguished when their core is shattered. However, we, the Primordials, can come back from any condition. I heard that the true dragons inherit memories and reset their personalities, but in our case, our personalities remained intact. Gi-sama's partner, Ice Dragon Velgrynd Sama, used to re-educate her younger brother, but that doesn't apply to us Primordials. Seriously, isn't that amazing? I would love to brag about it, but unfortunately there are some drawbacks. It takes a long time to recover. But, you know, that is a minor issue. What's important is the other one. Immortality is good, but the loser must become subservient. And in our case, that was Gi-sama. This revelation had thrown a wrench into the balance of power among the demons, creating a distorted equilibrium. This is either our fault or our fault. By the way, Mizari's opinion is the former and mine is the latter. Did you know that? You're not prejudiced against me, are you? Stop looking at me like I'm a bad child. Well, that's beside the point. I'll tell you some secret information about demons. That is, how to kill one. The Primordials cannot be destroyed, but they can be made subservient. However, since that is not as enforceable as servitude, it is not quite an absolute obedience. We can also disobey Gi-sama if we want to. I don't though. And to a certain extent, he has the power to force us to do so. It's also a hassle to disobey. Next, the Primordial's immediate family. Normally, except for that idiot black Primordial, Noir, Primordials have many other subordinates. They are useful as maidservants because they obey all orders from their superiors of the same color. There may be a misunderstanding if I say spawning. It's too complicated to explain in detail, so I'll give you a quick explanation. A newborn lesser demon is colorless. They have knowledge but no ego, and they're weak. Most of them are often summoned by humans, and are called servant types. When these demons grow a sense of self, ego, they're called autonomous, self-supporting demons. When they evolve into greater demons, they are characterized by their nature and personality, and the colors of their lineage are clearly distinguishable. Or, the higher-ups could scout and form a faction. Rather, this may be the mainstream thing to do. Mizari is so diligent that she manages her own faction. They've even infiltrated human society and run several groups, such as the Apostles of Verd. Me. Well, I guess I'll pass on that hassle. Hey, stop messing around. I'm the same as Black. Are you kidding me? I have my own faction. Black pisses me off, so don't ever think anything stupid again. Back to the subject at hand. So, newborn demons don't have factions, but by the time they evolve into greater demons, they're color-coded to belong to a faction. Some of them are born with colors, but they are often reincarnated demons. Since demons are immortal, they will reincarnate even if they die. Even those relatives will disappear if their cores are shattered. However, demons are stubborn and can resurrect after their souls are shattered. Especially those close to the primary colors. If you're lucky enough to beat one, then you'd have to crush the core. Incidentally, with newborn servant types of weak willpower, you won't need to be so careful. Those are small fry that has only knowledge of battle but no experience, so it might die just by destroying the body. Well, there's nothing to worry about. And well, here's our secret. Since we figured this out, I feel like our defeat was also meaningful. Rather, if anything, we did a good job. So, in the spirit of self-sacrifice, we serve Gisama, and it's a lot more fun than it seems. Gisama seems to have decided to leave the struggle for supremacy in the underworld and work on Earth. Gisama is apparently a very disciplined man, so we were with him. You can do what you want with your life, too, he said. But I don't care about that. I want to be on the winning side all the time. Gisama can't be defeated, so I think the position I'm in is the best. Well, if Gisama loses, that's interesting. So, at that time, I said. No. My mission is to be of service to you. What do you think? It's almost like a perfect mate, don't you think? You won't find a mate as loyal me anywhere else, at least I thought so. That's right. You are the king. We are your subjects. That is the eternal and immortal truth. Mizari, you act so good. It's probably from the heart, so it's a bad idea. I guess my rivals are not so easy to deal with. But Mizari seems to trust me, so I've stopped showing her things. Oh well, what can I do? So the rotten relationship between Mizari and I continues. We wandered from place to place and settled in our current base. It's the most frigid place a creature could ever live in, but I'm a demon, so I don't mind. That's a lie. When I was trying to wash my clothes, they just froze. When I poked them in anger, they just fell to pieces. I got pissed off. Well, I made that mistake, but I'm fine. You ought to be more careful about what you do. Rain, I think I should be a little concerned about that, don't you? Gisama warned me about this, so I'm starting to care a little bit. That's where the servants comes in. My subordinates make it easy on me. So, I haven't failed once since then. I have grown up too. Our job is not only washing clothes. We are so good that people say we are all around versatile maids. We also do laundry, singing, dancing, playing musical instruments, and fine arts to meet Gisama's needs. Well, there have been some failures in cooking and laundry. But we all learn from our mistakes. It's the same with demons, so let's forget about the past. My specialty, frankly, is painting. I love abstract painting. The other day I painted Mizari as a model, and she was moved to tears. I was furious. Then it was a great success. You really are. Mizari was stunned, but I didn't care. Her rage means that her emotions were in turmoil. That's a big deal to a demon, a spiritual life form. I was scared of my talent. Needless to say, when I paint Gisama or Velgrynd, I have to choose a concrete painting. It's always a big hit because they're so perfect. That's right. You can draw if you put your mind to it. That's why I'm even more annoyed. Mizari said something, but as always, I'll just let it slide. By the way, let me tell you about one of my hobbies. The extreme cold is so harsh and inhospitable. It's a snowstorm outside. It is all white. With such a backdrop, the inside of the barrier is in everlasting summer mode. We even changed the terrain to create a lake and a white sandy beach. I lay out on beach chairs and let the caterers serve me. It was the best kind of entertainment. I wonder how much energy is spent on my hobby. I can't stop smiling just thinking about it. This is also very popular with Gisama. If you think about these things, Rain is the best. I admit it. I knew you were great, Rain. Yufufu, Mizari also gave me a compliment. At this rate, I will continue to utilize my hobbies in my work. Oh yeah, I have an important job not to forget. Occasionally, I am a guide for the Walpurgis. Walpurgis. In the early days, as the name suggests, the three members demon lords got together to enjoy a meal. Gisama and Milm-sama. And also Ramers-sama. Milm-sama is the niece of Velgrynd-sama, and her power is immense. There was a time when she lost control and went on a rampage, and it was beyond description. We could have joined the battle because we would not die, but to do so would have destroyed the planet itself, so in the end, Mizari, Velgrynd-sama, and I were tasked with containing the aftermath of the battle. We're not going to do it again. If Ramers-sama hadn't helped us, we would have fallen before the battle was over. So that's why we love Ramers-sama as well as Gisama. Of course, we respect Milm-sama, so we are very excited to have all three of them together. The definition of Walpurgis has changed over the years. The number of demon lords is on the rise, keeping mankind from dying out. That is Gisama's job, but he's been recruiting more people to help him do it. The first person to become the fourth demon lord was Daggerel-sama. Actually, he was the one who suffered the most when Gisama and Milm-sama fought. He also helped us prevent the earth from being affected. Even so, Daggerel-sama's dominion has turned into a barren land. Well, that's not my problem, so it's fine. He's managed to live with magic, but it didn't stop the desert from expanding. It's all settled now, but it seems to have been harder back then. I just said good luck and cheered from afar. The next demon lord was Rumina Sama, the Queen of Nightmares. She is the only daughter of the vampire ancestor, and is very strong, but I think she should be the one to talk about it. She was supposed to be the ancestor of the god human beings born from Veldanava Sama. Veldanava Sama sought a wise being to speak to him. With the birth of angels and demons, his need was satisfied. That's why he tried to bring civilization to Earth, and it seems that the ancestor was expected to play that role. Well, it failed. They were immortal and didn't need to produce any offspring. That's why they lost. Or, like us demons, the ancestors didn't have a gender. So it seems they had to wait for tens of thousands of years or more for a race to be born that could thrive on Earth. I heard it all before. But the ancestor didn't give up. It kept running these forbidden experiments to fulfill Veldanava Sama's expectations. That bastard loved to experiment more than the prosperity of his descendants. Whether that was a good thing or a bad thing is difficult for me to say, but I can tell you this, he was an annoying I don't know how many times humanity perished because of that idiot's experiments. However, it's also true that because of that idiot's experiments, true human beings, high humans, were born. Although the eternal god human beings could not be created, it contributed to the birth of mankind. You don't believe that, do you? You're right. I didn't see it with my own eyes, so I don't believe it either. I heard that the ancestor created two races by analyzing his own body. There were the high humans and the vampires. It's not the way they were supposed to be born, but it's just as well they were born.